Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Games and States. Scordo here. And today, I have something a little bit special. So, I was going back to Unturned and wanted to go ahead and look at some of the cool mods, and I wanted to show off a little something. So first, as you can tell, we're right here in the Summerside military base. And given the fact that we're recording, and on top of that I have so many modded vehicles here, game might be a little bit on the rough side, right now. All right. However, now you see all these really cool vehicles, like got a bunch of trucks, tanks, all that stuff. This is actually not the mod. This is going to be another mod later on. Now we're actually checking out what the heck is this thing called? I think it's called like oh yeah, Zoli's military vehicles mod. It is actually noted as an outdated mod. However, I wanted to download it because honestly everything looks freaking cool, and that's really just about it. So right now we're actually in the Forest Humvee, and we're actually going to head up to, what the heck is it called? Stratford. So we're going to head up to Stratford to check out that little motor pool that I made for all of our vehicles. And yeah, while we're actually heading over there, it's been a while since I did a mod showcase for Unturned, and I will be leaving a link down in the description to actually get this mod. And I have a few other mods I really want to check out, but at least for the time being, we're going to go ahead and just check out this one. So right now, okay, so let me actually show you first, right? So you see the EMS, like the ambulance and like that blue car right there in the corner. That's actually another car mod that I found that I really want to show off later on. But in the meantime, we're actually going to head up here to, I think it's called like Cape Rod or something like that. Cape Rock. Oh, hello. All right, so it turns out there is a light pole, there. Oh, jeez. All right, so we're heading up here to Cape Rock. I actually created a little bit of a motor pool for all of our vehicles that I'm going to be showing off today, and we have a good number of vehicles. Now, for a mod that's considered outdated, this is actually a pretty freaking cool mod. So, we're going to actually stop right here, and let's go to first person. Let's have a little fun like that. Okay, so, here's the Games and States motor pools. Subscribers only beyond this point. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Anyway, so start off here. This is, believe it or not, we actually have a couple aircraft too that are going to be showing off over at the Belfast airport. And well, let's see, where the heck do I begin? You know what? Let's go ahead and start over here with the Humvees. Now, I actually have like a bunch of like little note cards here with all the info that I wanted to show off. So we'll start off with the Humvees over here. Right now, with the Humvees, you actually have two different variants, right? First one, you got just a regular one that's actually not a mounted machine gun on top. That's a separate one. So this one's actually the one that I was driving just up here. And honestly, just looking at it, it's actually a pretty cool design. And I know that it's pretty freaking big compared to our character model. That's alright. This is still Unturned. It's not going to be realistic. But, let's see. Zoli actually has a pretty good concept of a Humvee, to be honest with you. And then, going over here. Oh, by the way, so if you download this one, the ID for, what is it? Okay, so the Forest Humvee, the vehicle ID is actually 55111. And then over here you got the machine gun 50 cal, which is actually, what is it actually? 55113. So if you end up downloading this mod, hey, go check these out. And then over here, and we'll actually get back to the ammo, because this mod not only has tanks, it also has Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, as well as Humvees, a couple Blackhawks, and even an F-22 Raptor. So that's what we're going to be checking out over at the airport. However, every single one of these mods actually comes with its own, every single one of these vehicles actually comes with its own ammo. So, starting off over here, right? Okay, yeah, so start off over here at the Humvee with the 50 cal mount. I've seen these in real life. They're actually pretty cool. Smaller than the mod looks, obviously. but that's fine. You also have desert and forest variants of every single vehicle with the exception of the aircraft, right? So, what is it? Oh yeah, so the Humvee Desert with 50 cal machine gun is actually ID number 55112. And you have the, the Desert Humvee without the machine gun mount, which is 55110. Now, with these specific machine guns, they do have 50 caliber ammunition boxes, ID 55115. And here's a good rule of thumb to remember if you want to download this mod. One pine crate, aka this thing, can actually have 8 of these little ammo crate boxes for 50 cals. So going from the Humvees, we're actually going to go to, the Abrams tanks. Now, I've never seen an Abrams in person. Obviously, I'm Navy. I deal with ships at sea, so I don't deal with Army or fighting vehicles like this. I don't deal with the Army very often. But if there's any Army soldiers here, please verify just how good and accurate these vehicles are. Because we actually have 2 different variants of the 2 different colors. So we actually have the M1 Abrams tank, which this might be a little bit easier to see. So you actually have the little cockpit right there. And so what those will look like, what is that? SAW 240 Bravos, one of those. You actually, for some reason, cannot access those guns. A little bit upsetting, but again, Zoli could probably have a more modern mod, more updated mod. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. But this is the M1 Abrams tank. It's pretty light armored. I'm not really sure what like the armor level is for these things, but right next to it, and you can see the difference here. Right next to it is the M1 Abrams tank. That's a little bit more armored, right? So you got the little armor plates right there on the front, right there on the sides, and a few other cool spots. And you can tell like some small differences between the M1 and the M1A1. So many letters. And of course you have with the, So the M1 Abrams tank that's not armored is 55100 for the ID number. And for the Forest variant, I guess you could say, that's actually 55101. Now for the M1A1 Abrams, which is the more armored variant, that's actually ID number 55102 for the desert and 55103 for the forest variants. This sounds pretty cool. And don't worry, we actually will be firing the guns here soon. However, I'm going to take a pause for a second here, open up my window because it's looking a little dark in here. Jeez, you think I would have been? Oh, jeez, that is bright. Oh my gosh, look, I'm glowing like the freaking sun over here. But hey, we'll deal with it. What is that? What is that? Is it? Okay, so my lamp is like pixelating in the face cam. That's fine. Whatever. You're not here to see my face anyways. So let's actually switch to daytime, make it much more easier to see. So all of these, actually, the tanks actually do have a single style of ammo, which is 120 millimeter heat ammo. I'm not sure what heat stands for, but the ID number is 55105. And again, here's a little formula to remember. 1 pine crate can equal 5 different rockets. And they're pretty, as you can tell, they're pretty space heavy, if you will. Now, going from the Abrams tanks, we're actually going to go over to the Bradley IFV, which stands for Infantry Fighting Vehicle. And again, let me get my actual freaking note card here. So, with the Bradley Fighting Vehicles, right? You actually have, again, 2 different variants of 2 different colors. Now, first, let's actually start over here. So this one is called the M2 Bradley Desert. The ID number is 55130. Right next to it is the M3 Bradley, which is, what is it? 55132. You got the Forest variant of the regular M2 Bradley, which is 55131. And of course, you got the M3 Forest variant, 55133. Now, the one big difference between the, the IFV Bradley fighting vehicles and the tanks as well as the Humvees is that while the Humvees and the tanks have only one style of ammo. The Bradleys actually have two different types of ammo, and I am actually looking forward to shooting them. So you got the first one is the 22mm APT ammo, ID number 55135, and again, the formula to remember is 1 pine crate would equal actually 3 boxes of ammo, and they're not as storage space intensive as the rockets that we just saw. So that was just the APT ammo. Over here, you also have the HE ammo, 22mm, which is ID 55136. 1 pine crate will equal 8 cans. So pretty much the exact same thing. And driving them is actually pretty fun for the most part, at least that I've noticed. They do get a little bit weird when it comes to their turning radius. They're not, because they're on tracks, they don't have the turning radius as like a Humvee, for example. Now, before I go, so we're going to eventually go to Belfast to check out some of the mods, some of the aircraft. But before we do that, let's actually, what the heck? Let's go check that out. So we're gonna teleport to the Belfast airport. Why is it all the way out here? I don't know. But oh, geez, look at my health. I am not doing good. So, oh geez, let me get some MREs in me. So we're gonna give ourselves, let's go with 3 bags of MREs. Now, what's interesting about the MREs is that it actually gives you some pretty good stats. Like, my hunger's at 100. It actually increases my hydration. And so, hey, that's cool. I've actually had real MREs, and, well, if you've had MREs before, you would understand my hesitation to actually eat them. Anyway, we're going to go over here to the Games Estates Army Airfield, and we're going to check out. So let's go ahead and close these. Check out the back over here. Close that up. And so we have I said close the dang door. Panic at the Disco was very clear on closing doors. I know, I'm an idiot. But we have 2 Black Hawk variants. We have a regular Black Hawk, and we have a Black Hawk Firestorm. And that's going to be separate things. Plus, believe it or not, they actually have their own ammo. Or at least the Firestorm does. Regular one is used for transport. We'll go ahead and take a closer look. So, getting in our military-issued golf cart. Just kidding. We're not rich enough for that. We're going to start off over here with the F-22 Raptor trainer. Now, and this is somewhat realistic. Actual, like, pilots, helo pilots, fixed-wing, jet pilots, whatever, will actually fly in a training aircraft for a while just to get a good feel before they're given actual weapons and full responsibility. Now, I am not going to fly this. I was never good at being a pilot in Unturned anyways, and it took some doing just to get the helos and planes where they're at right now. But the F-22 Raptor, just a trainer, is ID 55140. Now, the weird thing about this is that the Raptor actually does not have any wheels, and that's kind of weird. But, hey, that's fine. It's still just a mod for a video game. I am not complaining about the realism. But, again, that actually is unarmed, so that doesn't come with any weapons, any ammo, anything like that. However, the same cannot be said for our favorite helos. So I'm just going to jump out here. So, we have 2 different Black Hawk variants. The first Black Hawk is really just a cargo/transport, and its ID is 55120. So, we get in, and check it out. So, the tail rotor is activating at the same time as the overhead rotor, whatever it's called. And we're going to go back to first person, and yes, it says NATO on the side. It is what it is. So you got F1, which is the pilot, F2, which is the co-pilot, which can't do anything. It's really just passenger, to be honest with you. F3, 4, F5, and F6, and you got 4, you got 4 slots for passenger in the back, F2 for co-pilot, which is basically just a passenger. Now here's what the weird thing is about getting into these, right? You get out, It's still starting up. It still has that sound. And the blades aren't spinning. Let it run. Give it a second. So close to the realism. I'll at least give it that. Now, this over here is the Blackhawk Firestorm ID 55121. Now, the difference is, in addition to your basic passengers, you also have a mounted minigun on there. Now, if you've ever seen the movie Black Hawk Down, you'll understand that the miniguns are powerful. In the Navy, normally we don't put miniguns. We actually put 50 cals on the side. But it all depends on pretty much whatever the pilot wants, if I remember correctly. Now, with the minigun, so you got 8 ammo crates, ID 55123. You look inside the storage over here. Same, one pine crate can give you at least 8 boxes worth of minigun ammo, and they all have 250 rounds each. Now, the good thing about that, right? When we go in, let it fire up, and this is what it looks like. Same thing. And now we're going to start shooting some stuff. So, F3 and F4. F3 gets you the port side. Let it spin up. So the F3 will actually get you the left side or the port side minigun, and just hear how it shoots. Now, obviously, the minigun doesn't spin up, and me personally, that is fine. But just hear that power behind it. And we're going to see what happens. There it is. So the golf cart is surprisingly durable when it comes to minigun ammo. Hey, we learn something new every day. Now, let's see how it does on a regular tree. So, didn't take long for it to shoot. And pretty good accuracy, if I do say so. See what I mean? So it doesn't take long to, like, chop down any trees with this stuff. Like, I just took out... Hey, did I not just shoot you out? Yeah, I did. Cool. So, as you can tell, the minigun's pretty damn good. It doesn't take long to cut down any trees with it. You want to deforest, all you have to do is just get a person who's actually good at flying, and be the gunner. Oh yeah, so like I said, it does come with minigun ammo as well. So we're gonna go over here to the regular Raptor, and let me tell you a little something, right? I don't know where that golf cart came from. It totally did not come from me forgetting how to drive the golf cart. Ignore what I just said. So, we're going to go over here to the actual F-22 Raptor fighter, ID 55141. And again, it doesn't come with wheels, so just pretend that there's wheels. Now, it does actually come with its own missiles, which is 55143, and one pine crate actually equals 4 missile ammos, or 4 missiles. However, each missile slot is 14 missiles, and let me actually show you. Yeah, we're going to take that. We're going to jump in here. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem with the Raptor. You can't see anything from the inside. And how do I... Okay, so... Oh, it does come with wheels when you're on the ground. Okay, so I guess that's a little bug or a glitch or something. So I guess the Raptors do have wheels. I'll be honest, I don't know how to load it. It doesn't even give me the option to load it. So, you know what? It is what it is. I don't like... So, okay. So that's weird, right? Raptors obviously do not have sirens. But, it is what it is. Alright, so, last but not least, let's go ahead and load up, and let's start shooting. So before we go, right, so we took over the Saurus campground, so let's go ahead and teleport there. Okay, I see something moving, and, oh, by the way, if you don't see any zombies, yeah, I set that to 0, because I like to have a zombie-free mod showcase. Okay, so we're at the Games Estates firing range. That's That's something I never thought I'd end up ever saying. So, using my note cards here, let's go ahead and get ourselves some ammo. Now, we're going to start with what is this? The M1 Abrams tank, and we're going to use the 22 mil heat ammo, which is 55105. And let's get ourselves 4 rounds. So, F1 is the driver. F2, gunner. And also I just got some freaking hiccups. Let's see. So, we have 1 heat round already loaded. Let's aim for this tree right here and fire. Oh, you see that? That's awesome. So, 1 shot, 1 kill on literally... Oh, and it has 360 turning. So, we point to another tree. Fire! Reload. It's a quick reload for the most part. Fire! And I'm getting experience from shooting trees. What do you know? Okay. Okay, so that's a bench. I don't see any wildlife, so I'm a little upset about that. Let's check out its range. Let's go with this tree and fire away. Wow. Wow, okay, good range on this. I already lost count with how many times I've shot, so I think I only have like maybe 1 more left. Let's try again this guy. Alright, so apparently... I'm out of ammo. That's fine. So, as you can tell, the range is... I'm on the ground. The range is pretty good with this thing. We're going to check out the Bradley vehicle next, so we're going to give ourselves the... Okay, so remember, the Bradley fighting vehicle has 2 types of ammo. We're going to start with the 25 mil APT, and that's going to be, what is it, 55135. Let's give ourselves 3 boxes. Why not? Okay, so F1. So, here's a good thing with this one, right? F1, driver. F2, gunner. F3 and F4 are storage compartments or passengers, whatever you want to call it. So, you can fit a total of, I think, it was like 4. So, okay, so it is automatic, so you can just hold down the trigger. Slight recoil. And a few shots to a tree, you're good. The range is impressive with all of these so far. Okay, so each box apparently is 150 rounds, and quite frankly, I don't have time for that. So, first, I'm going to drop this. I really don't have the time to fire 500 plus rounds, but that was just the APT. Now, let's check out the HE ammo, which I don't know what the difference is. But like I said, I'm only Navy, so I don't deal with this type of ammo. So let's just give ourselves 1 round, or 1 box of HE ammo. And let's actually... There we go. Alright, so we loaded up the HE ammo. It takes a second to reload. So, I don't know, I can't tell. Alright, let's see if I can get this one. Okay, so my aiming's not that good, but the range is still impressive with the HE ammo. From what I can tell, I think the APT is just a little bit more powerful. Yeah, from what it looks like, yeah. Alright, so like I said, it still has like 150 rounds. There's a lot of rounds. So if you ever get the chance to download this mod, you're going to get a lot of ammo with it. So in fact, we're going to go ahead and drop this. And then finally, last but not least, give ourselves a good old-fashioned round of 50 caliber weapon, or 50 caliber ammo. And we're going to check out the iconic Humvees. Oh, yeah, so you have 5 slots, by the way. F1, driver, passenger for F2, F3, and F4. And then F5 is our gunner. So, we have 120 rounds right now. And let's go ahead and give it a shot. See what I did there? Give it a shot. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay, so it's pretty powerful from what I can tell. How's the range? Alright, so the range is pretty good. So you got good range. Good power. Now, let's go ahead and reload. See how long it takes to reload. Okay, not long. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's fire again. Alright, so that honestly was not the... I think there's a certain song that plays in my head every time I see things spinning right round. Let's see what I did there. Anyways, alright, so that's really just about it for... What the heck was this one called? Yeah, this was that's really just about it for Zoli's military vehicles mod for Unturned. I will leave a link down in the description for it. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel because we got more mods on the way for Unturned. We have another ship tour and another blueprint tour for Wildlands coming up too, and you know, a few other stuff. That's going to be really, really cool. So, please leave a like. It helps the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to have a lot of fun here, and... let's be honest, this is pretty cool. Alright, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.